Hello my lovely people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Pedroline, and if it's your first time stopping by, you are definitely welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, and to leave some comments below. Be sure to turn on notification so that you shouldn't miss out on my next video. So in today's video, we are going to talk about the bus driver that crashed a vehicle which landed up into a lot of people, like 21 people, dying over a demolition of his house. So this video is just meant for educational people. It's not to hurt anyone or to, it's just for educational people. So before going further, I have scriptured, some important information, because nowadays I like to read things that are like facts. So I have done some research. Most of the time nowadays, I go deeper when it comes to research. So in today's video, I'm going to read the scriptures that I have written, which I took from social media, on the internet. So it reads that this incident, it happened in China. So the said incident happened in the Chinese city, province. I cannot be able to pronounce the name, but if you just check on the internet, you'll find that, it happened in China, whereby a bus driver, he drove near the seaside. So according to the police report, the driver, surnamed Zhang, I don't know if it's Zhang, like Chinese name, was among those who died in the accident, where 12 students who were about to sit for their college exam lost their lives. It's very sad. The man took a strong alcohol drink a few minutes before driving the bus into a reservoir, whereby it sailed across the lanes and smashed through a guard railway before it particularly sank in the water. Zhang drove the bus into a lake in China, southwest province of China. The particularly Chinese man was unsatisfied with his life and with the demolition of his rented public house. His house got demolished, so he had a lot of frustration. That's the reason why he went on conducting himself in such kind of a manner. So at 5:30, which is 6:30 in Swedish time, PM Tuesday, 21 people were, they lost their lives, and then 15 got injured after a bus fell into the lake, in China, southwest of China province. The report say that the Chinese man normally started his shift at afternoon, but on that fateful day, he began earlier afternoon. He made a request to another driver. Normally he used to start his shifts in the late afternoon, but that day, he had to start his shift earlier, which made him to crash into that accident that he made. He was allegedly angered after he found his house had been demolished into the morning of July 7, leaving him homeless. He had, however, been offered $10,360, which is 1.1 million into Chinese currency, as a compensation for the house, but he did not pick up the money. The authority turned down his new accommodation request. At 9 a.m., the man brought one of the Chinese drink, excuse me, not drink, but alcohol, which is like very strong. A strong Chinese alcohol, which he poured into a plastic container, and then he drank that. That's the thing that led him to cause that accident. For me, I feel as if it's not fair. You know, if he knew already that he was like drunk, why is it on the first place, you know, he went on driving, you know, because it's not fair if you know that you are a bus driver and then you are like carrying like student, because those kids, you know, they have lost their life, you know, just because of a man who was like selfish, you know, a man who could not take control of his anger. You know, that's the reason why, you know, if you know that you have got anger problem, you know, seek for help so that that anger problem, you know, should be solved, you know, because right now some people have just lost their life, which is not fair, you know. May their soul rest in peace. You know, for me, I think, you know, justice has to be made, you know, because some people have lost their life. At least this man, you know, this is a sad story, you know. I think 2020, you know, is becoming something else, you know. So that was the news that I had for you today, guys. So this video, as I've already said, is just like for educational purpose. So see you guys in my next video, and I hope that you're going to take good care of yourself. So bye bye, my lovely people. You take good care of yourselves.